Hello, everyone. My name is Tom Harvey, and I'm here to talk about the Global Forest Observations Initiative and our approach to engaging with custodian REDD+ agencies. So that being UN agencies and other intergovernmental organisations and partners who are assisting developing countries to reduce greenhouse gas emissions from deforestation, forest degradation, and other related activities, which is commonly known as REDD+ under the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change. So just briefly, I am the manager of the GFOI office, which is hosted by the UNFAO. However, it is very important to note that the GFOI office functions as a secretariat for all GFOI partners, components and activities. As many of you may already be aware, GFOI is the geo flagship for forests. But in practical terms, GFOI is essentially an international partnership for coordinating support in forest monitoring to developing countries to aid in the establishment of national forest monitoring systems and associated measurement, reporting and verification procedures for greenhouse gas emissions. So in short, we're in the business of supporting developing countries to monitor their own forests, to provide them with robust information to inform their own climate action and other national priorities. But it's also important to note that GFOI is the product of the collaborative activities of our partners. So we here at the GFOI office are not delivering support directly to developing countries ourselves, but instead we're working with our partners to help coordinate the enormous amount of work that they are already doing in this space. Engaging with UN agencies and intergovernmental organisations is therefore quite central to GFOI's core business and structure. As I said earlier, GFOI fosters the major international players in the forest monitoring support sector, which of course includes UN agencies and intergovernmental organisations, and brings them together with the other important players in this sector, such as donors, academia, space agencies, civil society organisations, the private sector, individual experts, and most importantly, the developing countries who are developing these forest monitoring systems. And so GFOI provides an informal yet structured forum for this rich and diverse community to come together to collaboratively address the challenges that developing countries are facing in monitoring their forests and therefore enabling their participation in some of these more formal international conventions and processes that are facilitated under the UN and other sort of intergovernmental forums. And so to illustrate this, we can look at what constitutes GFOI in this circle on the left here. And remembering that GFOI is the product of the collaborative efforts of our partners, this includes obviously FAO and the assistance that they deliver to developing countries to improve their forest monitoring capabilities from both their headquarters in Rome and through their global network of office and expertise. It also includes the World Bank's Forest Carbon Partnership Facility in terms of the technical assistance and funding that they deliver to countries in all three of the major tropical forested regions of the world, that being the Asia Pacific, Africa, and of course Latin America. And then also the other intergovernmental organisations, including the Committee on Earth Observation Satellites, CEOS, the European Space Agency, ESA, and of course all of the other sort of national donors and programs which all play a vital role and bring unique skill sets to the table and ultimately strengthen the package of support that GFOI partners are able to collectively provide to developing countries. So this circle here just represents GFOI's lead partners, which are the major players in delivering international support, but there are many other contributors to GFOI as well, such as the IPCC's Technical Support Unit and the UNFCCC Secretariat, who sit on GFOI's advisory group to make sure that the guidance and support that GFOI is providing is compliance with the IPCC's good practice guidance, and of course is relevant to the UNFCCC. The support that GFOI partners provide is then, of course, delivered to our developing or REDD Plus countries in a coordinated manner, which supports them to establish these centralised national forest monitoring systems and produce consistent information on their forests and how they change over time, and of course the resultant release and removal of greenhouse gas emissions from the atmosphere. These countries can then use this information to conduct consistent reporting for multiple different purposes as they wish. So that could include to the UNFCCC, be it nationally determined contributions under the Paris Agreement, or REDD Plus under the Warsaw Framework, or just general national greenhouse gas inventories. It could be to the Green Climate Fund for performance-based payments for REDD Plus activities, for example. The World Bank's various land use climate funds, such as performance-based payments for REDD Plus under the FCPF, or sustainable landscape management under their Initiative for Sustainable Forest Landscapes, the ISFL. And there are, of course, also the SDG indicators for forests, reporting to the Global Forest Resources Assessment, FRA, which is facilitated by the UNFAO, and then, of course, providing robust information to inform national decision-making and action. So through this operational model, GFOI is able to connect the broad community of forest monitoring practitioners, which includes, of course, UN agencies, the World Bank, and other specialist agencies, such as the space agencies under CEOS, to deliver, I guess, larger, more targeted, and ultimately a specialised package of support, which is then better able to help developing countries to not only take domestic action to protect their forests and reduce greenhouse gas emissions, but also engage in some of these international processes, which are convened under the UN or otherwise on the right, that you can see on the right here. And this model allows for our partners to, I guess, work together on complex technical challenges in an informal and ultimately constructive environment under the GFOI banner on the left here. And then once solutions are found, these can then be applied by the developing countries in the middle to support their participation in these more formal processes that we again see on the right here. So I will leave it at that for now, and I look forward to the discussions. Thank you.